Welcome back. We're giving it another try with episode 3 now of the Roads Untraveled update for Scarlet Hollow. If you haven't been watching so far, you can definitely click the link in the description and you can start at episode 1. I have a whole playlist where I played through the game originally back in 2024 for the first time, and then I'm now playing the newest update that they released on March 3rd. So we're going to get right into episode 3. We left off. Well, actually, let's do the recap. That's right. So we spent our first day, Monday, hanging out with Oscar and meeting the teens that will eventually end up saving from the woods on Wednesday. We came into this crazy mountain lion that's been infected with something. And then Duke saves us, which is really interesting. Different than the first time I played through. Eventually, we run into Stella, who's out in the woods with the dog, looking for skunk ape or some other mystical creature. We chose to stay with Duke, even though we could have branched off with Stella. And then, unfortunately, Duke ends up dying because we opt to save Gretchen instead of helping Duke out. This is the first time we've seen the creature up close and personal. We chose not to call the police. We bumped into Wayne on the way to Sybil's house. Sybil tells us these things are called ditchlings and they're a sign of bad omens to come. Tabitha was grumpy, but that's the usual. Sybil ends up coming to our house. Well, I guess the Scarlet Manor, not really our house. She tells us a little bit, but not really. And then we end up going with Tabitha to work. We learn a little bit more about the Scarlet family and the mind and how people feel about the Scarlet family. Still not sure the significance of Wayne yet. We haven't gotten there. We realized that the teens broke into the old mine that was actually closed down because it was unsafe. So, of course, we have to go rescue them. And we did pretty good. Out of the 5 teens, we didn't lose anybody technically, but there was a little accident towards the end. And we had some sort of a vision or a seizure that it actually wasn't what we thought happened with the mine and the Charles Shaw. We had an option. This was a big moment to choose between saving Becca and Alexis and not saving Becca and Alexis. We were almost 100% out of the mines, but then a piece of rock or several rocks fell down on Rosalina's leg. So, of course, she's not happy because that's a problem for the mine and more work for her. And then we slept at the manor again. So, I'm not sure how this week's going to start. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. Okay, so I guess we slept okay. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime from the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Yeah, we're definitely going to take a shower. We should have showered last night, actually, but I get that we were tired. You step into the guest bathroom, and into the shower. The water is hot and, surprisingly enough, clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, we could think about Rosalina's leg, we could think about Duke, we could scrub feverishly, think about Sybil's warning, think about Wayne, think about someone special, or finally think about being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. We're going to think about someone special. You think about someone special. Specifically, you think about, okay, now we get to see our dating options. Love it. So we can think about Stella, the increpid, cryptid hunting companion, Kanika, the resident goth, and the most level-headed and fashionable person in town, Oscar, the shy and handsome librarian, or Wayne. I think I like Oscar. Oscar, the shy and handsome town librarian stuck in a haunted house. After his daughter's injuries last night, he probably has his hands full. Maybe you can help. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself. Time to start your day. Let's check on the possum. Now there are 2 of them. And against your better judgment, you reach out to the possum's hand outstretched. Well, it was worth a shot. Maybe now they'll leave your dressing room and return to nature where they belong. Let's check the group chat really quick. So you pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. What's the game plan? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. We checked the closet before. I'm gonna text Stella directly. How are you holding up? Okay. Let's text Kanika. We got time. How are things with Miles? Okay. Let's go on, get going. I like that. Keep your options open. That's cool. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a redhead woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. You have to imagine the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention she comes in on Wednesdays to clean. Tabitha's eyes dart to the corner of the room, almost as if she's ashamed of being caught in the act of stress eating ice cream for breakfast. Hi, you must be Janie. Tabitha mentioned you'd be coming in today. That's right, I'm just here to do a bit of cleaning. What cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big renovations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie. It's so nice to meet you, Bree. I mean, I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie. But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are 2 completely different things, I suppose. Thanks. All I'm trying to say is it's wonderful to finally actually meet you, and I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha company. What with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot. Oh, God. That sucks. Her dad's lucky she's alive. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream and then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible wound up happening, so you're coming with me. Take her foot? Jesus, Tabitha, you're not mincing words. What, you rather I sugarcoat what happened? You'd rather I say, unfortunately, they weren't able to save the leg. That kid was brave, and she was horrifically punished for it. Sparing the grisly details does her a disservice for our own comfort. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I personally begged you not to do? I'll be out in a couple minutes. I feel like shit from last night, and I still have to wrap up my morning routine. Look, I get it, but there's a lot on my plate today, and I want to spend some time with you before more things start piling on. I already waited long enough for you to get up. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go arranging anything. I'll know. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Bree, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say I'm sorry you got cut up and all that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Thanks. Last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is a local pastor. He's a gentle man and always willing to lend an ear. He's actually been going a little stir crazy ever since we moved here. What, with nobody actually attending his sermons? It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. Sounds wonderful. Thanks for the offer. Of course, he's always ready and willing to talk with people, so feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door is always open. I love to chat, but I hate to interrupt your work. I'm in town for another few days, though, if you've got time. Of course, like I said, feel free to swing by the church any old time. All right, let's go. Bye, Janie. Be safe out there, you two. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, I got you. We're picking up tea. Yeah, I'm picking up tea. Why are you saying it all weird? You wink at her. Did you think I was taking you with me to buy drugs? I'm picking up normal tea for drinking. I'm just pulling your leg. Don't ever try it again. After everything that's happened these past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A fluttered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you would have never let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off. The door is slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. I like that. That's very Hemingway of you. I'm surprised to see her let loose like that. She seems so measured. Exactly. The two of us might not get along, but it's because she's better than that. It's unbecoming. Why do you care so much? Because she's one of the few people in town I actually respect. It's why we don't get along. We're burning daylight. Come on already. Yeah, but he's there every day. And I know he comes in to see you every now and then, so I hardly think Mr. Tremaine not coming into the diner for one day is something to worry about. Well, if you say so. See you, Sybil. You have a good one, dear. Oh, Tabitha, long time no see. It feels like you never make it all the way down the main street. Okay. Hey, I'm sure it goes without saying, but I just wanted you to know that all of us over at the diner really feel for you. Anything you need, just let us know, okay? What? Avery nods politely and then leaves without saying another word. Who the hell was that? That was Avery, Tabitha, from the diner? Okay, sure. Anyways, it's not important. Good morning, Sybil. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Is a new blend ready? Of course. Bree, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Can I have some tea? Oh, sure, if you're willing to wait a bit. I wasn't expecting to entertain, so I didn't put any water on. I'll go and do that now. Never hurts to have fresh hot water on hand. Can we get this over with first? Of course. Priorities. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. We're gonna be nosy. You find a subtle spot near the door and listen in. The walls to the tea room are surprisingly thick, and you can only make out snippets of the conversation. I know, short notice, aren't easy to come by. Is there enough? Just fine, sure. Make sure this is all. Not keeping it. You only have one? Plenty of times. Your listening session is halted by the tinkling of bells announcing another patron. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you're Bree, aren't you? My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Miss Forrest called on the phone and told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Oh. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you. Miss Forrest said that you and Miss Richmond did your best. I'm thankful you tried to help. Mom was pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him were supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week. But now she's gone, and as of this morning, so was she. I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I might as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try to find him? Oh, babe, I don't know about that. I don't think you want to see him like that. It's real bad. I'm a farm boy. Blood don't bother me none. I just want to find my daddy, even if he's like one of them horror monster movies. He's still my daddy, and he shouldn't be out in them woods where any animal could take a piece of him. Have you seen anything strange on the farm the past couple of days? Not really, no, but I've been awfully busy with everything that's still been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. I'm not gonna get into the ditchlings with him. He died on the northeast ridge of town, off the Asgina Trail. Thank you, Bree. I really appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere, all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at library after and figure out plan. And then it buzzes again. Hey again, lol, if you want to come over for breakfast, would not hate it. Then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Oh, hey again. If you want to hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. And that's that. You can't possibly get any more texts. This is Isaac's from the mine. Oh, you gave me your number yesterday? I'm out behind the diner if you want to talk. Tabitha sure is taking her time in there. Oh, Lord. We have so many options. It's so hard to decide. We can meet up with Isaac's. We could go with Kanika, go to Stella's, go to Oscar's, go to the diner, or wait for Tabitha. I think we should meet up with Isaac's. We didn't have this option the first time around. You probably have time to slip off and hear what Isaac's has to say before Tabitha even knows you're gone. Cool. You hold the bells on the door to the general store, quieting them as you make a silent exit. You find Isaac smoking out by the dumpster behind Winnie's diner. Thought you weren't going to show. Here I am. Listen, I don't have a lot of time to talk, especially with you. The guys are all riled up after last night. They're talking action. If they saw me out here with you, they think I'm some sort of scab. But none of them will listen to me, especially now. They've all got bigger things to worry about than a single missing minor. I haven't forgotten about him, though. Anything you want to know, just ask. Oof, we have a lot. What kind of action are people talking about? I keep running into him. Do you know what happened to him? Do you think Tabitha did something to him? Do you know anything happened to him at the mines? Find any weird stuff? Uncover anything that wasn't meant to be uncovered? No, I don't think so. The few shifts he picked up were all above ground, mostly operating machinery. Pretty cushy stuff, to be honest. What kind of action are people talking? Isaac glanced around nervously. They're talking about a strike, but you didn't hear it from me. Do you think Tabitha did something to him? Yes, I do. That, or maybe Pearl Ann. I don't know what it would be, but something happened up at that house. The week it went down, everyone was so up in arms about Miss Pearl Ann's death. Almost nobody cared about the fact that some transplant minor had gone missing. What do you know about Pearl Ann? Not much. I know she died in her sleep. It was all anyone could talk about until yesterday. Now we've got new problems. Nobody has any time to worry about Wayne. What was he like? He was a lighthearted kind of guy, always joking around on the job. Amazing fella to grab beers with, not keen on doing hard work, so it wasn't too strange when he barely picked up any relationships once that relationship started. I'm sure he saw her as a bit of a meal ticket, so maybe he wasn't too smart, but he was a good friend. Closest one I had. Why would he be following me? Damned if I know. I didn't know you existed until yesterday. I suppose Tabitha could have told him about you, so maybe he's trying to get close to his ex? Seems like a pathetic move to me, but relationships change people. Maybe even a man like Wayne can be broken by someone like her. Wayne's not missing. I keep running into him. But why wouldn't he come tell me he's alright? Where is he staying? Where is he hiding from everybody? It just doesn't sound like him. I'm not sure the man you think is Wayne is really him. Did he have some sort of condition? A medical condition? No, he was fit as a fiddle. Built like a brick house, too. This was helpful, thanks. Isaac sighs, taking one last long drag of his cigarette. I appreciate you coming by to talk. I can't say I'm happy with what you told me, but I'm glad someone's looking into this. Seems like everyone else was perfectly fine to sweep it under the rug. Isaac tossed his cigarette butt. It goes without saying that you better not go telling anyone we talked. And if you see him, or whoever is pretending to be him, tell him his buddy is worried about him, alright? Isaac's head back inside, and you find yourself alone again. I'm definitely not telling her about the strike, because that's messy. I can go back to the general store. I can go to the Kanika, swing by Stella's, check in on Oscar, or go to the diner. Oof, so many options. I think the first time around, I went to Stella's. Let's go after Kanika this time. You follow the direction Kanika texted you, and soon you find yourself in a disused parking lot behind the shuttered shops on Main Street. She's sitting alone in the back of her van. Hey, Bree. Sorry if this is a weird place to hang out. I'm taking a mental health day. I kind of need some space from the store. Plus, I feel like an ass. I'm exhausted and a little out of it. Must have inhaled too much coal dust last night. Oh, we can flirt. Now, we didn't have that option before. So we can say, whoa, you look great. Oh, you're sick. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay. Well, you look great. Thanks. How are you doing after last night? Oh, not great. At least I was able to get some sleep once the adrenaline wore off, even if I barely feel like I got any rest at all. Now I've just got a raging headache. Ugh, I hope I'm not coming down with something. Before things got heated with my folks, my mom gave me some more of this tea that's supposedly really good for, recovery, rejuvenation. It must have been caffeinated or something because it did not help me fall asleep. But it's kind of helping with the headache, and at least it tastes good. What about you? Just feeling lucky to be alive. That's a good attitude. Hopefully the rest of the week is uneventful. We'll make sure to have a chill one today. We'll just hang out with friends and have some fun trying to look for ghosts that don't exist. Or maybe don't exist. Not gonna lie, I'm starting to question my fundamental understanding of how the world works. Have you heard about what happened to Rosalina? They apparently had to do an amputation. Holy shit. I knew that injury looked serious, but I didn't think it'd be that bad. That poor kid. I guess it's good we all got out of there. It probably could have gotten a lot worse. That's easy for me to say. I'm not the one in the hospital right now. It's just not fair. Do you think that something in the mines made you sick? Kanika reflects on your question, shudders. I was chalking up to spending too much time breathing in that old mine dust. There's a sick miner, Wayne, who keeps coming to my mom's tea room. I don't want to think about it. Are you sick? I'm tired, but I don't think I'm sick. Good for you. Hopefully this passes in a day or two. You and my cousin don't seem to get along very well. That's putting it lightly. But yeah, sometimes you don't get along with people. If you have to ask, I think she's a repugnant, selfish human being to her core. And she's a big jerk, too. You know, she respects you, right? Told me so herself, and told me not to tell you, so you know she meant it. That's cute. I didn't think it was possible for me to think any less of her. Did she do something to you? This seems personal. Besides her general bad attitude, no, she hasn't necessarily done anything to me. But her mom tried to buy the general store out from under my dad more times than he could count. She was an absolute snake of a woman, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree, judging by how Tabitha treats the miners. If I weren't here, I'm sure the store would already belong to the Scarlets. There's no way my mom or Miles would have the backbone to stand up to her. Just another way the town manages to keep its nasty little hooks in me. She and Stella seemed like they were close, or at least they used to be. Yeah, I don't know what Stella saw in her, but they got pretty close in high school. I was taking a lot of online AP classes, so I wasn't around like I used to be. Maybe it's my fault they wound up hanging out so much. It seemed like they were always together, but by the time I got back to town, they didn't seem to be talking anymore. Never really got the whole picture of what happened there, but thank God, it meant I didn't have to see that woman all the time. Maybe Stella brought out a better side of her. Maybe, but whatever side she might have seen, I sure as hell haven't seen it. Wouldn't her buying the general store be your ticket out of here? It's not that simple. My dad worked so hard to keep that store out of the Scarlet's hands. He knew as soon as Pearl Ann got it, she'd have a stranglehold on housing, work, and supplies for the miners. Next thing you know, your town has lost 100 years of progress and you're back in the era of company towns. If I left, it'd be a slap in the face to everything my family has worked for since my grandfather's time. It sucks. I'm the only one in the family who cares about that anymore, but I guess that's life. You remain silent, unwilling or perhaps unable to share or formulate an opinion about your cousin. So, ghost hunting tonight. Yep, I didn't forget Stella's little evening plans. I can't wait to find whatever leaky pipe or slanted floor or bad insulation made it seem like the place was haunted. It's like a puzzle, you know? I'm just looking forward to helping Oscar feel safe in his house. Whether there's a ghost or not, I want to help him and Rosalina feel comfortable moving back in. Same here, that poor kid. I just hope this hasn't been too traumatic for her. What's going on with you and your folks? She sighs. Are you sure you want me to get into it? I don't want to dump all that trauma on you. Of course, I'm here for you. Thanks, Ray. I really appreciate that. Especially since you were here last night, you'd really get it. Coming out of something like that unscathed and knowing not everyone was so lucky, there's no way to really imagine how that feels until it happens to you. So after I got home last night, I had to deal with my brother. He really made me feel like I was the bad guy, especially once we got home. Like what happened to Rosalina was my fault. And Mom didn't help. She never does. She always takes his side, saying he's young and allowed to make mistakes. Mistakes I could never dream of getting away with. When we told her what happened, she just said the same shit she always does about family and getting along and sent us to bed with tea. Her favorite method of conflict resolution. As if a little hot leaf water really helped anybody. What's the deal with her and tea anyways? I don't know if you've seen the sign in the tea room, but apparently tea is life. It's like she thinks she's some sort of witch. It's kind of boiled over this morning though. She wound up blaming me for letting Miles sneak off into the mines, saying if I had been working like I was supposed to, he wouldn't have gotten into trouble. Like I'm supposed to be in charge of a sullen teenager every second of the day. While working. And it's not like I don't care. I'm always stressing out about that kid, or the store, or the million other little things I'm supposed to deal with. None of this should be on me. These are the best years of my life, and I'm wasting them in this dying town, keeping a store afloat while my mom just messes around with her little herbs or whatever. I've made it out of here, goddammit. I gotten into grad school. I was good at it. I was going to graduate with honors and everything. But Dad died, and I came back for the funeral. Then I had to stick around just to help Mom sort a few things out. First it was a month, then 2. And now here I am, over a year later, and those few things became my life. I don't want to be this person. If I could, I would just drive this van all the way to the coast, lie down on the beach, and never come back. What about Stella? Stella. I should spend more time with her. Sounds like your family's holding you back on purpose. Like they're scared that if you leave, you'll never come back again, and they'll crumble without you. You remain silent, leaving your words at what you've already said. I should just leave. Maybe tomorrow. Stella made all those ghost hunting plans. I can't just skip out on her like that. But yeah, tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. God, and I feel like such an asshole for talking about all of this now, the morning after a mine collapse. But I guess that's what pushed all of this over the edge. Nothing like a major disaster to make you question the direction your life has taken, right? I wouldn't have met you if you hadn't stuck around. It's not all bad. You're funny. We can share a quiet moment. A soft breeze blows across the lot as you and Kanika share a quiet moment. Both your phones buzz in unison. You reach for them at the same time. Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet y'all in half an hour. Whoa, I totally blanked on the Mayor Jimmy thing. It's almost like we just went through a traumatic event or something and I'm not on top of my schedule. But Stella's right. This gives us a chance to meet with Oscar, and Mayor Jimmy's awfully cute. But is he as cute as me? Sorry, he's way cuter. No contest. Anyways, we'll chill with Mayor Jimmy, and then I got dinner at Reese's. Then we could do some ghost hunting tonight. Thank God, we have so much going on today. I really need as a distraction. Shall we? I don't know, I tried to flirt, but it's like, I don't know if that went anywhere. You and Kanika make your way to the library. It's busier than usual and has a small crowd formed in the corner of the main foyer. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Bree to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. It'll be well worth it. Trust us. All right, shall we? He's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. You haven't met the man by his side, but you have to assume he's the mayor's handler. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scruffs allowed. Isn't he just the cutest? He's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, and Winnie's Biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit, small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl. You're going to pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm going to have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika's quick to follow. All right, well, bye. It seems like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Whoever he is, you can feel his desperation to make a good first impression, a self-sustained and self-fulfilling prophecy. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Bree. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is a light in my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. I don't know what to say to him. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and seems to provide them with some sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is this about Pearl Ann? Or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? I think we need an exorcism. Oscar's house is haunted and we're investigating tonight. Oh, like a Scooby-Doo adventure or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualistic. Now, if it were a vision of one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, I could understand that. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. You should come ghost hunting with us then and prove it's not a haunting. The blood drains from his face as he gulps nervously. Oh, I promised my daughter we watch Veggie Tales tonight, so I'm afraid I have plans. But let me know if you see anything strange. I'd love to hear your account of this supposed haunting. In fact, here's my card. He hands you a business card. Call me if you need me. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. That sounds lovely. Thank you. Really? Oh, that's great. Sorry, I just don't usually get positive responses when I ask folks if they want to come up to the church. Anytime that works for you, just swing by. I'm sure I'll be around. It was lovely meeting you, and you have a blessed day. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. He was an oddball, but not bad in any way. Oh my god. Poor Rosalina. I can't imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's going to feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's pretty bad. But she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. We're here for you, man. Thank you. All of you. Everything feels like it happened so fast. I know our whole lives have changed, but it's taking my mind a little bit to catch up. I feel like such a mess. I hope it doesn't keep me from being the dad she needs right now. I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called, and there's been some big bus accident on the highway, and they need the beds, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted, and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place, and Major Jimmy Day is happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. We could always go ahead and do the ghost bust or whatever we're calling it while you're out, and she'd be able to go right back to her old room as soon as she got back. That's probably a good idea, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any busting attempts are gonna have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I have to see for myself that it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. I got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. I'm not going to recommend the pastor. Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this for you. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see y'all then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Oh yeah, Bree, we made dinner pal with our pal Reese yesterday. I'm sure his mom will be totally fine with an extra guest. Will she? Absolutely, and maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not going to try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if she knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Should we tell him? I don't know. Maybe we play it by ear. Anyway, shall we? Time to go. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. I hope Tabitha comes. I should send Tabitha a reminder. Remind Tabitha secretly. Head races. Let's remind Tabitha secretly. If she actually shows up, we'll know. So I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time before he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving those little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. I think he just really wants people to like him, but he comes off desperate. It's a vicious cycle. Aw, when you put it like that, his whole situation's kind of sad. Even if that's the case, it doesn't mean I have to like him. Whatever his deal is going a step beyond trying too hard to get people to like him. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. He's not normal. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just a little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Oh, they feel very strongly about the pastor. Alright then, should we head out? The three of you leave for the library for an early dinner at Reese's. You find yourself in front of what must be Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. Wait, Stella, before you go in there, you told Bree about Reese's situation, right? What, his art? Oh, the illness thing. No, we've been a little busy for small talk, with all the scary events going on. God, this has been such a long week already. Well, like Stella said, Reese has an illness and his mom is really serious about it. So please don't make her mad or she'll yell at us. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Bree, right? Stella texted me you were coming. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella. And you brought another guest. And the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. I always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. Dr. Kelly quietly eyes you while the three of you wait. Hi, I'm Bree. I know who you are. Now come in. Let's get this over with. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika are not far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it wasn't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wander into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner, and you can leave my house and go on about your business. I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool, we'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. The basement is what you'd expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvas line the edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyways, make yourself comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. I haven't been cleaning much. So, has Stella told you everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she told me all about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, he gestures in futility about the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for, and I appreciate the effort. I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die has already been cast. But we're talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? What do you think is going on with Wayne? Who? That guy who's been following Bree around being all ominous. Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he's got going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all of our sakes. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if I didn't know she was like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so. But the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out here. Yeah, let's leave it at that. That's quite a movie collection you got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shi no Chi? Death Blood? I saw that for the first time recently, and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. We can even pull it out after dinner if you guys are interested. Damn, I usually be down for that, but we have to head over to Oscar after this. We promised we'd ghost bust his place. He's apparently been dealing with a bad haunting. And I feel like we really should be there for him tonight, considering everything that's happened. He and Rosalina both need our support right now. I'll take a rain check on that movie, though. Yeah, we'll definitely come by for a movie night this week. I'm free tomorrow night. Same goes for Bree. I should probably work tomorrow, but I can close up early. You three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K through 12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was mutual. She deserved it though. If you ever need someone to pose for your paintings this week, that's so kind of you to offer. If you're okay with hanging out at weird hours, I'd love for you to come by and sit for me. It's been a long time since I've been able to draw anyone but myself, and I really appreciate the company. Dinner's gotta be ready by now, right? Almost on cue, Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table! Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it, something dark and cold. Something that reminds you of the dusty tunnels you narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum just beyond your hearing fills the air, and you feel strange. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. All of our choices are to open the door? Yeah, all of our choices are to open the door. Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well, I'm going to return to the door. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind that door. Oh, no, you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulders, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders sharp as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly's eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite of you at the head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. Given her protectiveness towards Reese, you'd find it odd that he's seated between the two of you, rather than the other way around. It's almost as though she's guarded not only towards you and Stella and Kanika, but towards her son as well. She's the town doctor. This dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is this pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy homemade pasta sauces, no thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. I guess small talk? I don't know. What were Stella and Kanika like as kids? Noisy and messy, like all kids. And they always had those little projects, videos or crafts or animal rescues, whatever it was that had captured their imaginations that week. So like I said, noisy and messy. Didn't we bring a dead squirrel into your house once? Oh God, not the squirrel. I remember that squirrel. Didn't you think the doc could Frankenstein it back to life or something? I was like 12. I was very susceptible to what I saw in media and very sad about that squirrel. That was one of those things that keeps me up at night. I still feel guilty about bringing that into your house, Dr. Kelly. I'm just glad you didn't make it a habit. The food's really good. Then please send a letter thanking the mass manufacturer of the spaghetti sauce and the pasta. I just heated them up. I don't like wasted air at the table, so keep your vaguely polite niceties to yourself while the rest of us finish our plates. Okay. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? What? No. Are you sure you haven't met with any minors who had unusual symptoms? Anyone who seemed sort of drippy or strangely anonymous when they talked? Sorry to pry, just doing my due diligence. Absolutely not. I barely seen so much as a runny nose, which is a good thing. If you're so concerned about the mind, why don't you just have Bree ask Tabitha? I have no interest in violating HIPAA for your weird little investigation into nothing. You're a doctor. Where were you last night when Rosalina got hurt? I'm a doctor, not an EMT. But once she's back in town, I'll expect that we'll be seeing a lot of each other. She won't be the first amputee I've treated, so at least I'll have some experience. The poor kid. It's going to be a rough adjustment. I just hope I can be useful to her. Poor Rosalina. I think she'll be just fine. Oscar says she seemed in high spirits. Pain meds will do that. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Has anyone come in suffering from hallucinations? I'm not at liberty to discuss private medical information. Are you sure? Not even a little? It could help our investigation into the strange going-ons. It's not like you have to name names. Investigation? Into what? The mind collapse? I think it's best left to professionals, Stella, not someone who runs around in the woods with a camcorder. Judging by police response so far, Dr. Kelly, I don't think it is. We saw some stuff down in the mines last night that I struggled to explain. Maybe if we knew if there were any miners suffering from hallucinations, we could rule out as a gas leak. But you were in an abandoned mine. The chances that you were huffing something dangerous and hallucinatory are through the roof. Leave it at that and treat it as the tragic accident it was, not like some sort of mystery to unravel. I don't know, there's nothing else she's gonna tell us, so I remain silent, quietly picking that store-bought spaghetti and dinner rolls. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Bree's still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit down in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because my friends have been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sakes. I can't believe I have to ask permission from my mom just to have friends. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Doc's eyes shoots wide open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it! I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house, please. Just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. We can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. I know you care about him. I know that. And he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave. Please. He seemed fine before dinner. It always comes in waves, and I assure you that right now he's very much not fine. Now leave. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. Hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your faces. The click of the lock signals the end to your dinner at Reese's. Have y'all ever heard of fastidious disease? Kanika tenses at the mention of your words. No? It's when someone pretends to be sick or makes themselves sick on purpose. Or does it to someone else. Oh. If she's doing this to him, I swear to God. She wouldn't. That's just terrible. Who would do something like that to their own kid? And for so long? No, there's no way. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree. It seems far-fetched, and it's definitely rare, but I don't think we can rule it out. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting, and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening streets. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. Maybe Kanika is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real, and the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the evenings of the past few days. You can't help but feel like you're going to walk into a slasher movie. You run through a mental list of everyone who's joining you, trying to figure out if you'd make it to the end. People in horror movies usually die because they don't stick together. You won't be letting anyone make that mistake tonight. I don't even know who's coming. Just as its exterior was intimidating with the setting sun, the inside of the library is quite dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throngs of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar! Are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How's she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side nonstop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I are both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home, at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghosts mess with electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies, and paper for automatic writing, matches, and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, this is a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. You just keep this stuff ready to go in a bug out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. I might never have any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Last night was weird. I don't know what we saw. Same here. It was so dark and cramped in there, I can't be sure anything I heard or saw wasn't just part of a long, drawn-out panic attack. Good thing I got the audio of the knocking. Real proof that we had a paranormal encounter. Or proof that the rocks were shifting around us preceding a cave-in. One of these things is slightly more likely than the other. Yo, don't rush off ghost busting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, I'm so glad you could make it. I was confronted with my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I'm desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. I hope my house is big enough for 5 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and get started. It's through the back. Follow me. Oh, so I guess Tabitha's not going to make it? Looks like the sun has almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Hey! Girl, there is no way you're trying to go to this. There's no way. He's like, you're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hey, Zane, what's up? Yo. Rosalina? We're gonna let Oscar handle this. Yeah, I don't know. You decided it's best to let Oscar handle this. I've done enough resting. It's not like hobbling around the library is any different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I gotta learn how to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm on pain meds, and our house is 1 story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. The answer is no, Rosa. You need to rest. As if I can't get any rest in that crappy little back room. I want our house back. I'm coming with you. Crappy? Since when do you use that language? And we have this taken care of. Nearly half the town is here to help. What are you gonna do, old man? You can't stop me. I'm injured, remember? I'm not old. You better turn around or I'll ground you. Dad, I'm pretty sure I'm as grounded as I can get. And I'm fine. This doesn't even hurt. I don't feel anything. That's because you're on painkillers, Rosa. That doesn't mean... But Rosa ignores him, grimacing but confident as she hobbles forward on her crutches. Oscar says and does nothing to stop her. Okay. You cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. You can imagine long winter nights reading by the fireplace without a care in the world. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be pretty non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your camera for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the most ghosts manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startled as the door swings open. Hold it. You're not taking my cousin along any more of your little hijinks without me. Tabby! I can't believe you had the audacity to give me the slip earlier today, Bree. After I explicitly told you not to. At least you did give me the courtesy of letting me know exactly where you'd be tonight, so I didn't have to waste any time looking for you. Wait, Bree, you invited her? Wow, Bree, you really brought the whole gang together today. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. Bree, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? She just wants to make sure I don't get hurt. Yeah, I'm looking out for my cousin. If y'all are gonna drag Bree into dangerous situations every night, you'll have to deal with me as a chaperone. Got it? Okay, sure, the mine was dangerous, but a haunted house? Come on, this is one of the least dangerous things someone can do. It's basically a slumber party. I don't know, Kanika. I usually don't see much action out in the woods. And you know Bree and I wound up in a pretty hairy situation Monday night. I don't think we can rule out the possibility of grave danger. Exactly. I'm not underestimating how much danger Bree can find herself in, even while walking through a perfectly normal house. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me, or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. I wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. We're wasting our time here. Oscar says the ghost is in Rosalina's room. Yeah, but we don't have to rush there. I'm sure we can deal with it from out here, right? What, are you actually scared or something? You're an adult with a child. Grow up. Shut up, Tabitha. Nobody wants your opinion. Stella, I've been meaning to ask you, do you actually know how to get rid of ghosts? How exactly are we going to get rid of it if we find one? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars for ectoplasm. And if worse comes to worse, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? Ouija boards are toys. The only power they have is scaring kids at slumber parties. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the idea of opening a door for something worse. Wow, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost has you really freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. That feeling again. Just like in the mines, like the door to the clinic. A dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house. Whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of a stain. Yeesh, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing on the EMF either. And your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count and it keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Let's get scientific about this. If you scrub the stain out, maybe it's part of a summoning ritual. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. You don't use bleach to clean carpet, Tabitha. Whatever. How was I supposed to know that? Not everyone gets to learn how to clean things. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of it every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you there might just be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like a bad idea. Plus, there might be something written under there, in blood. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging on the corner of the carpet. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around is stained in reddish brown. What if it isn't a ghost after all? What if someone lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. We're going down there, right? Of course we are. This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted. You got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Y'all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the chalk around the edge and leaked through the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud, it's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Well, you tested it wrong. It can't be blood, right? Kanika's right. You got a muddy floor, and that's why it's cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations. We solved your ghost problem. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Have you considered they might be sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost hunting, but I don't know if I can crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Stella is bold out here. You come into Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale with an undercurrent of mold and earth. It makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Okay, what the hell is going on? Maybe it's another gas pocket, or a mold, or something shaken loose by the collapse yesterday. I don't know. This isn't exactly a normal occurrence for me. Well, let's get the hell out of here before that bad air gives us brain damage. Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there. Clearly, whatever was in the basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. Something isn't right. It feels like late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts on the breeze. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having a stroke at the same time? Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew. Did we die? Don't be so dramatic. I think I know if we were dead. There's gotta be an exit somewhere. We just have to look. Wait, do you hear music? Oh, fuck no. I'm glad Tabitha's here with us. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Huh? I thought Oscar said the county owned this place. Yeah, Stella, it's us. Quit being weird. Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardine? Eddie? You gotta be kidding me. Alright, Edwardine. Can you show us the way out? Don't encourage her. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone. And you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Oh my, I wouldn't want to cross Father. I should be away at once. Okay, what is this? Some kind of scene? Wow, great job. You got me. You can stop now. I can't. It's not that easy for me. Our brothers were sent to Normandy, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up! Shut up! She can't. She's clearly possessed. By what? Edwardine Scarlet? Tabitha tenses. You should just get out of town while you can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. Let her go, please. Oop, not her getting snatched up. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. We have to go after Stella. Absolutely not. We are not being drawn deeper into this weird garden, greenhouse, whatever it is. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. Well, where did the annex go? Let's try the door. But there can't be anything behind it. It's just standing there. You ignore her, walking forward and reaching for the doorknob. The door bells ring and a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear when I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Junior, pack your things quickly. Hurry. Jesus, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. Maybe we should run him out on the rail too. Make an example of the whole family. Charlie. And now Junior? Your guesses are as good as mine. Maybe they're the same person. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Oh? Do you have something to say? Do you know something? The old collapse in the Shaw mine, where we were last night, I shouldn't have to put this together for you. Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little doll's hair might get burnt up. As for you, lady, what makes you think you're gonna keep any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? I wonder if we should be paying attention to the symbolism in the room. That bleeding lamb portrait on the wall might be a way to start. The pickaxe is probably emphasizing this place's connection to the mines. You can have fun doing that yourself. Trust me, boy, the coppers ain't coming here tonight. What makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too, instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out, unless you want to get up in flames with your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. We're seeing everything from the ghost perspective, aren't we? It's like we're in the memories. If she weren't possessed, Stella would love this so much. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for them. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyways. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep, just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. Alexis and Rosalina are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in the empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens like a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We both died, and we're in hell. Who did you try to call earlier? A friend of the family. Not that that matters. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we're not possessed, as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, at least, happened right after the Shaw mine collapse in 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. There are so many ditchlings in here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were such a mess when you came back on Monday. You're right. There's only one way to get to the end of this. Shall we? Yeah, let's get this over with. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. You're outside and it's night. A false moon looming massive in the painted sky. The night feels thick and warm, the insects lively, their calls unnaturally tiny. Everything feels warped and wrong, like you're listening to a record fish from the bottom of a pond. Ugh, what magic words do we have to say to get you to let us go? We're sorry, okay? Whatever our family did to piss you off so much, we're sorry. You poor dears. I've been keeping track of you, scuttling around town like a tomcat. You've fallen hard for Miss Edwine, haven't you? Okay, these scenes are out of order. This one must be after the garden and after the clouds. That's exactly what I was thinking. This has to be after he met back up with Edwardine. Wait, what am I doing? I refuse to get invested in figuring out this weird little puzzle. There's no need to be embarrassed. Your secret's safe with me. You know, I never did approve of what the Scarlets did to your family, and what it did to the two of you youngins. Childhood sweethearts. Just think how lovely it would have been to be happy together. That's what you want, isn't it? So Edardine and Charlie? Let me just spoil it for you and say it doesn't work out. Our great-grandfather's name wasn't Charlie. I'm sure by now you've realized the young lady doesn't plan on leaving with you, but it's not for lack of desire, as you well know. It's Enoch. Even if you drag her over the town limits, his hold over her would make sure neither of you were ever happy again. Just think of what happened to your poor mother and father. Do you want that to be the two of you? What do you know about Enoch, Tabitha? Our great-great-grandfather? He was in charge of the mines when they collapsed. I don't know much more besides that, so don't bother asking. Has there been some kind of theme with the possessions, like who's playing what role? Stella was Ardwine. Rosalina seemed to be the guy's mother. Alexis was some angry townsperson, and Kanika is some old lady. If there's a pattern, I'm not seeing it here. Maybe it'll be clearer once we've seen the full ensemble. Yeah, maybe. The powers at work here are stronger than ever, than even your love could withstand. You need to break the bonds holding her here. Then you both can go free. No more misfortune. Not for you. Not for anyone bold enough to step foot outside the holler. Kanika minds handing you something, though her hand is empty. Everything you need to know is on that map. Alright, symbolism in the room. The flies on the flowers could symbolize something that looks like it should be sweet, but is actually rotten. Do we know what some of this other stuff is? No, and I don't see how that helps us. It's obvious that no one should trust this lady. I mean, just listen to the way she talks. I don't need a fly-infested flower to tell me something is up with her. That's where you'll find them. You need her there. And be careful. Good luck to the both of you. I hope you get your happiness. Okay. And then she's gone. Tabitha sighs. Okay, let's find the way out. Unless you have any ideas, I don't think there's anything else we can do till we get to the end. Or until we die. Whichever. Before the two of you can leave, a smell hits you. Sweating, suffocated flesh with a tinge of the saccharine and stomach-churning scent of decay. There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the resident clearly doesn't want me here. He doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. Is she gonna say something to this man, or no? Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? Nah, we need to talk. Hey, Wayne, you want to figure this out with us? Don't talk to it. Let Bree speak. I'm no enemy. Don't listen to it either. What an unfortunate situation you've been dragged into, Bree. I don't think that girl is any good for you. Stella? Was that her name? She seems skilled at finding trouble. Maybe I should pay her a visit soon, if she makes it out alive. Tabitha bolts for the underbrush, desperately pulling you along. Stella? You either know something about Wayne that I don't, or you have a pretty interesting coping mechanism. That thing isn't Sam Wayne. Couldn't you smell it? Can we please go and just drop it? I don't want to spend another second thinking about what we just saw. The two of you step out from the brush and into a long wooden corridor lined with bottles and rails. A figure rises to attention, blocking your way. I'm afraid he doesn't have long. If there's anything you need to say to him, I'd say it now. As Zane is swept away, the room pulls itself to you, and you find yourself looming over a deathbed. Oscar lies in the center, looking pitifully small. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry I let my troubles drive your mama away. And sorry those troubles mean I'm leaving you all alone now. Most of this room doesn't need explaining, but what's up with the rails? After the collapse, Charles Shaw was run out of town on a rail. There's a mural of it at the library. Okay, and then the goat portrait back there is what the wounded lamb from the room with Rosalina grew up to be. Same as the goat head in the garden, as in Charles Jr. Charlie? Yeah, that seems to sum it up. Jeez, I feel bad for the guy. Ugh, that's exactly what he wants us to feel, isn't it? Oscar looks so small and pathetic in that bed. Damn it, Junior, how many times do I have to tell you? I tried to stop it from happening. But that damn snake Enoch went behind my back. Oh, what bullshit. Is something on your mind? It was Charles Shaw's fault. That was just a fact. You know what they say about history. It's written by the victors. And Charles Sr. was clearly not a victor. As if the Scarlets were any kind of victors themselves. The collapse hurt their reputation too, you know. It took years for the mine to recover. You're right. I've been using that excuse for too many years. At a certain point, a man has to accept when he's dug his own grave. They may have run me out, but they didn't put the bottle in my hand. Still, they destroyed our legacy, boy. Both our names are cursed with that history. I'll be dead and gone soon, but I won't be able to rest. Not till our name is cleared. Not till you can pass on this name with pride. This is my only request, Charlie. Go back there. Tell people the truth. Try to find proof. I don't know what you'll have to do, but please. I know it ain't been the best father, but I'm no murderer. So wait, this is after the scene with Rosalina, but before the scene with Stella? That sounds about right. Then the scene with Kanika. I wonder how many more of these there are gonna be. Damn it, boy. I may not have till the morning. Promise me. Promise me you'll go back and at the very least show that Enoch bastard what for. I promise. I'm glad we said something quick enough. You watch as Oscar's body seizes and falls through the sheets, taking the rattling pile of bottles with him. This ghost is so full of it. Your cousin steps forward and disappears in the hole left in the bed, leaving you to follow. You and your cousin find yourself crouched under a large table. Stella stares through you as indecipherable murmurs and shuffling feet echo from the ends of the table. I think I'm going to be sick. They're so lovely. Are you sure I can keep one? You must have worked really hard on them. I guess we're supposed to be the kids now? Yeah, I guess this is before everything else we saw. Hopefully that means it's almost over. I'll try to keep it away from my brother so I don't smash it. I wish I could make it move like you can. You can even do the voices. You know, you could probably make real money if you put on the show for people. I'm not in it for the money. These wooden dolls are a mere stepping stone for the real deal. People. Don't antagonize the ghost. Not until we find a way out. A traveling show? And you want me there too? Oh, we could go to towns all over the beach. I heard the Outer Banks are one of the most beautiful places in the world. You quietly let the scene finish playing out. Thank you, Charlie. I always wanted to see the ocean. There. Are you done now, Charlie? Can we leave? Everything crashes to a thunderous black before you or Tabitha can get another word out. Lord. A single spotlight remains, illuminating a trapdoor in the center of the stage. You feel drawn to it. Trapdoor. Are we back in Rosalina's room? We must be. Which one of us is going to open it? Why are you asking that? Are you scared? Even if I was, I would never tell you. I'm not weak. You wordlessly step forward towards the trapdoor. It creaks open all on its own. Oh God, this is so much worse than opening it ourselves. You and Tabitha are shoved from behind and tumbled through the hatch. That picture again. It took some digging, but it's there. The map was right. That means there's hope, Eddie. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. We can be happy to get... Oh. So she pushed him down the stairs? Eddie? Oh, she killed him because he knew too much about the mine collapse, I guess. Oh God, I'm actually going to be sick this time. Your cousin violently heaves into the void, but nothing comes up. There's nothing here. This place is completely empty. Whatever it is that Enoch did, we can undo it. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Enoch died nearly 80 years ago. Does it matter what he did? Does it matter if he framed Charles Shaw at this point? Who's left to be hurt by any of this? Ugh, what now? Do you repent? Do you repent for your crimes? I'm gonna let it continue. You must answer for the crimes committed by your scarlet blood. Are you kidding me? I hate it here. I hate it here so much. Until you do, I cannot die. I want to die. Please. I've been alone in the dark for so long. All I ask is for some of your years. To pay for the years that were taken from me. What? What are you saying? My life was stolen from me. I want some of yours. It's only fair. No. No, no. It's absolutely not fair. You've got to be kidding me. Neither of us had anything to do with what happened to you. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit. Doesn't matter which. Bullshit. You're on trial here, aren't you? Advocate for yourself. Let's start advocating. Because I don't want to die down here. If you're putting us on trial, you need to give us a chance to present our case. Yeah, we have rights, you know. I take it you have a plan then? Girl, obviously I don't. Not like I've been in these situations before. Your plea is met with silence, but silence isn't judgment. Kept talking. You're losing sight of things. Do you want revenge or do you want justice? We can help actually right the wrongs of your past, but only if you let us go. More silence. Keep going. You don't need anything from us to move on. Whether you realize it or not, nobody is keeping you here but you. We can't give you closure. A fresh tension bubbles up in the air. You're almost out of this. Why should the sins of our forefathers be brought upon to us? Were Charles Shaw's sins passed on to you? In life, did you want to punish Edwin and Enoch, or did you want to move on and build a brighter future together? The jury box is pulled away as you as Tabitha are brought face to face with the spirit. It's time for your closing argument. After all these years, someone has finally heard you. We're going to find out the truth about what happened to you, Charlie. You can finally rest because your burdens are now ours. Tabitha's not having it. She's like, girl, don't say ours. Yours. Those are yours. Silence. I don't know if that was the right answer or the wrong answer to give. Probably the wrong answer. And how do you negotiate with a ghost, bro? He's been down here for 80 years. He was killed by Enoch's daughter to cover up the fact that he knew the truth about what happened to the mines. Because his dad told him the truth. It wasn't just him. Enoch was also a part of the reason why the Shaw mines crashed. Not looking great. Did we survive or no? I'm like 50-50 that we make it. And then everything fades to black. You and Tabitha come to in a basement, a mound of packed dirt in front of you. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, although Sybil remains standing on the stairwell as if she'd been waiting for you to get up. Ah, the spirit is gone, and the two of you are back, and both of you are whole. I have to admit that was quite an unexpected outcome. Excellent work, Bree. I hope you don't mind, but I took advantage of the distraction to free everyone else. They're all outside. Take all the time you need to collect yourselves. I'll see you out there. Sybil heads up the stairs, leaving you and Tabitha alone in the basement. Huh, so that actually worked. I gotta stop picking fights with you. I agree. Can we look at the ground real quick? Before you go, you decide to investigate the shallow ground in the middle of the room. Tabitha follows close behind you and watches as you dig. Charlie's mummified remains stare up at you, sad and broken at the bottom of the pit. There's another stone carving down there, just like the one we saw in the mines last night. This must have been where the map took him. Your cousin stands in contemplative silence. We shouldn't leave him here, right? Maybe we can come back tomorrow and give him a proper burial. I agree. Poor thing has had no rest. Yeah, I think that means a lot. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get out of here, okay? You're outside. It's real this time. An autumn breeze blows small piles of dried leaves across the steps of the library. Finally, we're out of the fun house. I'm gonna go wait by the car. The last thing I want to do after all this is talk to people. Tabitha doesn't wait for you to respond, pushing past you and heading towards the car. I'm gonna peace out. Back-to-back encounters with my own morality. I got a lot to ponder. See ya, Rosalina. See ya, Alexis. Zane walks off down the road. How are we supposed to know it'd be like that? Things have been strange around town, sweetie. Now's not the time to be poking around in the supernatural. I thought you learned that lesson yesterday. But magic isn't real. I mean, it's not supposed to be. God, that hurts. Everything is so sore. Bree, is it really gone? It was a bit of a Hail Mary, but yeah, it's gone. I didn't have to sacrifice anything. You're too modest. It's a considerable feat to reason with a spirit like that. I can't believe you actually got us out of there. And you got our house back. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'll do my best to make it up to you. To think that ghosts are actually real. I mean, I don't know what hard evidence we have, but we all vividly experience the same thing. Stella's got to be over the moon right now. Where is Stella? I thought she'd be excitedly rattling off theories by now. Oh, she's just standing there, by herself. That isn't like her. I'm gonna go talk to her. See if she's doing alright. You walk over to Stella. Oh, hey, Bree. I'm here if you need me. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. She hurries off down the road. I think she took the brunt of things in there. No wonder she's having a hard time right now. Should we go after her? I think she just needs some time to herself. Stella's never been the kind to share her burdens, and I doubt that'll change just because someone goes chasing after her. If anything, it'll just make her clam up more. She's a strong girl. She'll be okay. I'm honestly surprised she and Zane are the only ones heading out right now. You all have been through something awful, and each and every one of you needs rest. Especially you, Kanika. We don't want that cold of yours getting any worse. I ran into Wayne in one of those rooms, and he vaguely threatened Stella if I kept poking around. Wait, are you serious? That creep threatened her? Should we be worried about her? Of course we should be. I'll make sure Stella knows what's going on. There was someone else in there? But that's my house. Rosalina and I live there. Did he say anything else to you? We don't need to trouble Bree for any details. No one pay any mind to that man. He's just a drifter. He'll be gone soon enough. In the meantime, steer clear and he won't make trouble. I can't believe I let Rosalina go in there. How could I be so careless? After everything she's been through in the last day, how could I let this happen? You tried pretty hard to warn us about things, Oscar. None of us took you serious enough. Well, I should have done a better job warning you. I should have known how bad it could have gotten in there. I shouldn't have let Rosalina come with us. Dad, what did I tell you? Stop blaming yourself. You couldn't have stopped me. If you tried, we were just going to sneak in after you. Yeah, Rosalina was going to make us go in there no matter what. You didn't put a ghost in our house. This isn't on you. I know you both have had a difficult time of this, but the storm has passed and everything's worked out. Things will get better from here. What was it like, being puppeted? They all glance away. It hurt. Why didn't I make the kids stay behind? I can't believe I let that happen to them. Dad, this might be the overwhelming pain and exhaustion talking, but shut up. I love you. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? I had no idea what I was going to say until the words were already spilling out, but I remember each and every one of them. It's like they were burned into my memory. You poor souls. I can't even imagine what you've been going through. Do any of you know who you're supposed to be? No idea. There was no context, nothing. But there was a weird feeling, like an overwhelming guilt. I was so angry. I was mostly just scared. I didn't feel any of those things. I don't know how to describe it. I felt powerful. I should head back with Tabitha. And I should probably head back inside. It's starting to get chilly out, and there's still work to do to get Rosalina set up for the night. Don't be a stranger. Let us know if you need anything, Oscar. I will. Thank you. All of you. again. I believe it's time for me to get my daughter home as well. But, Kanika, dear, you haven't been feeling well. You need to get some rest. Okay. Kanika wearily treks back to the general store. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions after everything you saw tonight, but let's not get into it here. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, even yourself. If you swing by the tea room tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Bree. Sybil leaves you and catches up to her daughter. Time to wrap things up here. Yeah, definitely time to get out. Now she shouldn't be as stone cold, because man, we had bonded from hell with Tabitha this time. The ride back is quiet, but not tense. Tabitha looks lost in thought as her glazed eyes stare into the winding mountain road. Thanks for coming along tonight. That place would have been a lot worse without you. Don't mention it. We're family. Do you believe me now? Do you trust me now? I don't like having to answer questions like that. They're the sort of thing that Pearl Ann would turn into a weapon. There was always an ulterior motive with that woman. But yeah, sure. I trust you. Cool, that's all I need to know. You slide back into silence as the car makes its way back to the estate. You're back inside. After the events of this evening, the howling winds and unsteady creaks of the estate almost feel like a warm welcome. Well, we're back. I still can't believe we all made it out in one piece. I want to talk about Wayne. Really talk. Your cousin sighs. What do you want to know? You really don't want me talking about him. What does he know that you're afraid I'll find out? I just know him. Please trust me when I say he's bad news. Do you actually think he's going to hurt Stella? No, he's a creep, but I don't think he has the in to hurt her. I don't know if you've noticed, but Stella is irritatingly resourceful. She'll be fine. So is Wayne a he now? Back in the ghost realm, he was an it. Does it really matter? I was scared in there, and right now I'm so exhausted I can barely think straight. Who cares if Wayne is a he or an it? Either way, he's bad news, and you'd best steer clear. Why is he following me? He's a creep, stalking his ex's cousin. All the more reason not to talk to him. He's a different man now. Stay away from him. Did you kill him? He's obviously not dead. So no. Also, thanks for accusing me of murder. Love that. Why is he all gross? He's sick or something. Probably part of why he's such a creepy weirdo now. I don't know if it's contagious, but I wouldn't rule it out. So don't go near him. Okay. Do you think Stella is going to be okay? Like emotionally? She wandered off back there. I'm worried about her. She's a pest, and like all pests, she has an uncanny way of bouncing back from things. She'll be fine. Before I forget, word on the street is your miners are planning a strike. Figured you should know. What? Who told you this? My sources are confidential. If you want good info, they'll stay that way. Fine. Ugh, I knew that's what they were ramping up to, but they're bluffing. They value their paychecks too much to take on that kind of risk. Thanks for the heads up, though. It means a lot. How did you know to call Sybil? Who else should I have called? The cops? I believe you've seen their competence on full display. Besides, I'm sure you've heard that old woman talk. If anyone in this town would have known how to deal with the ghost, it'd be her, right? Not that we needed the help, apparently, but how was I supposed to know you were able to just talk a ghost into submission? We might have gotten rid of that ghost, but I'm still traumatized. That's great. Now you're really a Scarlet. Let this be a lesson to you, Bree. Alright, I think it's time for me to turn in. That's a good idea. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Don't keep poking around looking for trouble. You just have to make it to the funeral. 4 more days. That's it. And then the bus comes. You know, I don't have to leave the holler. I could get used to this place. That's good to hear. It'd be nice not being the only Scarlet left. Anyways, night. See you tomorrow. Time to go to bed. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. It's Wednesday night. Nearly half a week has passed since you first arrived in town, and a little over half a week remains until the bus comes to take you home. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest, but disaster still looms over the town of Scarlet Hollow. Still, tonight was a good night, and you fall asleep with a gentle, well-earned smile on your face. Okay. Definitely want to save here. Yep. Interesting. We're having more success with Tabitha this playthrough because we've stuck with her pretty much every time. And it was good having her go through that experience with us to learn the story about the Shaw mine because she wouldn't have believed us any other way. Or I don't think she would have. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think of Chapter 3? This new update has definitely given us a lot more detail. I feel like I learned a lot more this playthrough about the Scarlet family and the mines than I did the first time around. But I'm not connecting with the other characters as much as I would have wanted to. So we'll see how Chapter 4 wraps up. See you then.